Hello and welcome to episode 005 of the Fallout Review Pod. It's me, SS, and I'm here with Man. Good evening, Man.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good.
And of course, John is here as well. Hello, John.
Yep, here to represent Meltdown.
Meltdown.
I was
Meltdown
just about
scum.
to say this is the first review since John has let his true colours be known, and that colour is orange. So the question on everyone's lips, John, is: are you going to steal all of the successful methods that you've seen on Fallout over the last few weeks and implement them onto Meltdown? Is that the plan for Meltdown?
Everybody has told me to do the exact opposite. So,
Okay. Right. Okay. So we're in Berlin for episode 005 here, and Alan Price is searching for a tag team partner, Man.
He is. Well, this is more kind of him getting ready for the match. This is part of his training. And him, doing loads of shit around the streets of Berlin and then not realizing that he's oblivious to the fact that there's lots of FWA and Fallout people around him as he's going through his day.
Mm-hmm. Classic perceptive Price there.
Yes.
And then we get to the post of the thrilling conclusion. Work from Jiggy here as usual. And then into the show with only Watkins and no Price at his side. What did you think of having one commentator in the show, John?
I mean, this first match, it's not one commentator. And then later on, with my own match, it's not one commentator. And then in the main event, they've got all that drama. So I feel like John-Luke Watkins wasn't given his fair shot. And he's a full episode himself.
Some people are never happy, I guess. Some people are never happy.
Yeah.
Okay, we start off then with MVH and Nova Diamond here. A little back and forth. Obviously, MVH has been prodding Nova over the last couple of meltdowns. Fun to write something with Oz as always, and hopefully we get to continue that strand depending on the lights out results. And then the first match, so we got Nova versus Peacock. So Peacock triumphing in this one. Man, tell us about your promo.
So it was Time Trials 4, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Yes, yeah, it was. So I've just got it up now. So I think I had fun with this one because it was different in terms of what I was writing, because I got to write Chris Peacock, but not how I'd ever written him before. In terms of the alternate version of himself that was the main focus of the first half of the promo. Rewriting a bit of history was fun too. Seeing the Elimination Chamber go a different way, and then the focus on Nova there in terms of just Nova just not being good enough for that version of Chris Peacock. And then a little glimpse into the future with him becoming the world champion as well. But yeah, writing the heel Peacock was fun. I mean, were I to turn him heel, that isn't how I'd do it. I know it's not the character I'd do. I wouldn't just overnight have him be just this completely different person. But for the purposes of the promo, I think it worked. And then obviously with all the stuff with Special Agent Jenkins as well, who is the main antagonist of this series of promos. Getting to write him was fun. He's been a fun character to use during these promos. Obviously, if we're looking at the lights out one, I think he's done now. In terms of as done as someone can be, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun promoing against Oz. Something I'd like to do again.
Yeah, against Oz. I think Oz was unlucky to lose this match. I did think Peacock did win. I think it was probably the strongest Peacock promo since the brand split, maybe for me. I enjoyed the Nova promo as well. It was very inventive but like simple setup, like just a nice way of doing something simple. But I did think Peacock
Agreed.
was the better promo. John, any thoughts on this
I
matchup?
think I went counter to the results. I was pretty happy with the Nova Diamond promo, just
Yeah.
because it's a lot more honest than anything we've gotten from Nova Diamond before.
Hmm.
I actually think the Chris Peacock promo would have worked better for me if he had been less complete evil Peacock and more how naturally Peacock would be if he went heel turn.
Yeah.
But I did like the promo. I think I'm looking forward to reading the final time trials and seeing where it all goes. I've obviously skimmed it and it looks pretty nuts.
Yeah, I went a bit balls to the wall with it, I think.
Yeah, I think both sides of the 6-man did that. Speaking of which, we have Danny Toner hyping up the much anticipated final of the Fallout Eliminator, which we all know is quite a delicate finish in terms of who was going to come out with that. So even though there were no shows, there's still maybe a bit of uncertainty at this point about the main event. And then to contrast that, we get Devin Golden, cheerleader extraordinaire, as usual, hyping up both his partner and the forthcoming tag team match with the Gangstars. Yep, 2 decent segs to serve that purpose of building the main event and lights out up. And then we've got Nate Savage here in for Jackson Phoenix. What they're doing? Oh yeah, this is him laying the challenge out for Caden Knox. Before we get on to our second match, Sean Summers against Crash. So this is Sean Summers talking to his dark-haired alter ego, and Crash Beach Cobbing whilst mingling with the CWA I'm New Here Battle Royale participants. I had Crash here winning this one. I thought his promo was very inventive. Again, quite a simple way of being very creative in how he used all the kind of auxiliary characters, which he obviously knew quite well because he wrote that CWA match. Obviously relating it to Summers in those two faced at the CWA event as well. I enjoyed the Summers promo. I thought it was good, but I thought the Crash promo felt more unique, which was impressive because it was reasonably simple in like its structure and stuff. But yeah, so I had Crash in this one. I agreed with the result.
I did too.
Okay, man. All right, if you want to butt in, man, you can go now.
Yeah, I will. This is my show.
Okay, man, this is your show.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I had Crash too. I think I agree with what you said. It was close though. I think I only had it by 0.5, but I went Crash too. I think I like what you said. I agree with what you said. It's kind of using a simple concept, but making it creative in his own way. And also, I think he just played to his strengths as well. I think being familiar with all those characters, and sometimes you have to just do that. So yeah, I agree with the result. But Summers was very good as well. It was a very close run thing, and we were actually split because TGO went with Summers.
Yeah. Okay. John?
I would have gone with Crash. I like the whole intro sequence with all the battle royale characters.
Yeah.
I thought the monologue itself was pretty good. Hit up on if like the relationship between Sean Summers and him, Mike Parr, that aspect of it, and I just thought that line where he said he'd always shake Sean Summers' hand was particularly peak Crash. I thought Sean Summers' promo was pretty good too, but it felt like the first half of a longer promo.
Yeah.
Don't think he went far enough, but it also felt like he needed to lose this match anyways, the way he set up that promo. So I think the result worked in that favor.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay, and then now we are on to Price looking for his partner. Just references him asking Michelle. This will run through the night, obviously, before we get to our next match, which was Alistair Black against Rondo. Yeah, I really like this Alistair Black promo. It was the focus group promo, I believe. I saw another focus group on the Lights Out card
Yeah.
from, I think, McLean. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
It's fine. We can slag him off. He doesn't listen to these anyway.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, bastard. But yeah, but I really like this Black promo, even though it was a kind of against a no-show, and you knew it was going to be a no-show. As I said in my review, it reminded me of this anniversary show promo in a way, in that it didn't like feature Black as like the primary character for most of it, which I thought was very creative and an interesting way of doing character portrayal and development. So yeah, I thought this was one of Black's best promos probably since the brand split, or even before. Even though it was against eventually no opponent, I think I do just about prefer his anniversary show promo, but I thought this was very good and well worth the win. And now he will go on to face John Luke Watkins next week, according to the post match segment. John, thoughts on all of these happenings?
Well, I mean, the Alistair Black promo is also one of my favorite promos of the show. Shame he got to no-show. Was it a no-show win at Anniversary as well? Either way, I thought those promos were pretty great showings.
It was, but TGO did promo, but I think a little bit after the deadline. But the Black promo won on the grades anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It was a pretty good promo. Obviously, Alistair Black getting to face John Luke Watkins for a shot at the X Championship, as it's revealed later on, I guess, not in this segment. I'm disappointed I won't get to face Alistair Black, but I'm excited for Alistair Black to get an X title shot. I'm confident he'll beat up John Luke.
You shouldn't be confident. I've got
You should.
We've got a good idea for that one. It's gonna be a good promo, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna take it to Black. And then we have. Oh, sorry. Did you want to mention Alistair Black's promo here, man? Or
no, I agree with everything that was said. It was really good. I liked it. I think it was like his anniversary show one, which I think I did prefer. But not to say this one wasn't really good, because it was.
And then Jiggy's Lights Out video followed, which you definitely watch if you haven't already. Buried in the show there. And then Last Man Standing, El Demente triumphs over Stu Grimes in the night's major travesty, really, of justice. But you can't account for bad taste in this game, can you? So, congratulations, El Demente, on your win in inverted commas. But there you go. Is what it is. We'll do it again when there's not a 1,000-word limit. And El Demente moves on to face Eclipse at Lights Out. Man.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the little mini feud with El Demente and the Men Out of Time, which I agree is a very, very good tag team name. His promo was really, really good. I think this was my favorite El Demente promo. Definitely scored high with me, and I think I had it winning quite comfortably. And it's not to say there wasn't anything wrong with the Stu Grimes one. I think it was more, had you had some more words to play with, I think you'd have probably put out something a bit more, which had done a bit better on the quality of content side, because obviously it wasn't kind of referring to the match at all, really. It was just a Stu Grimes origin story, basically, which was fun to read. And obviously it's good that Stu is now signed up properly, so we'll be seeing a bit more of him once a month, I imagine, if we're going by the current track record. But yeah, no, I think it's good. El Demente, I think he could do it. I do think he could make the 5, be the first to do it. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Okay, and then we've got more Price asking Derek Hunter and then the Bad Boy boy band to no avail before We get the Undisputed Alliance and the Alchemists in the 5th match of the evening. Introductory promo from Jiggy here for the Alchemists was a good read. Interesting characters, more magic themed characters on Fallout, which is really a hotbed of alchemy at the moment. And at the climax, we have Caden Knox kind of causing, well, not so much causing it, but I think there's a distraction here, right?
Yeah, this is music.
That allows the Alchemists to get the win. And I think maybe we'll be seeing more of the Alchemists as well as more of Stu Grimes moving forward, which is good news. Didn't get to see them at Lights Out. I noticed that Jiggy asked for an extension. The Alchemist, I did see that. I don't want to say he was rattled about Lights Out, but not the actions of a man within control of himself, is it? Asking for extensions for the secondary characters. But
well, at least he showed some intention of promoing for a secondary one.
Well, that's true.
So, yeah.
Yes, I guess that's true. But
yeah,
it's not for me to say.
You did let the mods down.
Okay. Right. Any thoughts on the Undisputed Alliance and the Alchemist, John?
Alchemist promo was pretty good. I would have wanted to see him actually act out the entire backstory, but I get going for the monologue. I just don't think it's gonna keep working if one guy is mute. But I'm interested in seeing how he's gonna work it out, since I'm intending on having Quiet and Uncle teaming up more.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to figure that out as well. The Undisputed Alliance, I think the first part of that promo, the drama between Nate Savage and his wife, was pretty interesting. But afterwards, I think he needed to get more out of whatever he was going for with the Caden Knox feud. His explanation was kind of weak, and the promo part on the Alchemist didn't really cut that deeply.
Yeah.
So I think general thing with TUA promos is, I guess I want more.
Yeah. It's a common thing, I think. Okay, and then we have a TXR XQ segment here. A little bit of squabbling, and then into a advertisement for the forthcoming Lost Treasures tour from, amongst other places, Papua New Guinea. Who I think might be an associate of Uncle JJJ, perhaps Papua New Guinea, new nephew. Yep, and we have Yuna taking Black Widow for a joyride on the Slammer against her will. A few more matches announced here. Big one. Where's the big one? Here we go. Main event in the last show. Yeah, the debut of Leah Monroe, future world champion, against Nora Redgrave. And then Fallout 006, of course, we know more information about that show now. And then on to the second of 2 championship matches in the evening. John, this is your match, Uncle against Caden.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on your crushing defeat at the hands of the third Toner brother, Caden Knox?
Look, I rebounded 2 big promos at Lights Out. He has a broken hand, so I think I came out with a win at heart.
Maybe, but he came out with the title in reality, so there is that. But a well-deserved win for OMB. I think he put out a very, very good promo against you in this match. There's been signs that his output's been drastically improving. The Gabriel promo was very good. The one against Garcia at Back in Business was very good. So we'll redact that name before we put the podcast out.
Yeah.
And yeah, another good one here, and well worth his win. John, I think you had a problem with the finish, right? What was the issue here?
I was going for the final tournament on the championship. It got abandoned. I was disappointed.
Did it?
Yeah, my last bit.
Where is this?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's fair enough. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I messed up. Okay. All right.
Okay.
We won't dwell on that. Yeah, I think I misread that as a reference to something that happened earlier in the match. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so Alan Price is still stressing out about not having a partner, but he doesn't want Greg, funnily enough, which is not very nice for Greg. And then we have Powerwolf performing live in the Union Berlin Stadium here, which was a nice touch ahead of this match with Mike Parr. Some good promos here. I liked Mike Parr referencing two teaming together. It's a good focus on the match. Good insight to like Mike Parr's psyche at the moment as well. Conchu was a very good promo with his interaction with Cyrus Truth as he considers kind of a mystical roiding process ahead of his future matches after his defeat to Danny Toner. Yeah, and that was a good promo too. That was very good in character development and portrayal. I think they Conchu had one this week. So yeah, very good match. I agree with the winner. I think Conchu is just about good for this. In another close tie. Man, we'll come to you for this one.
Yeah, I really like the Conchu promo. I think the last few, especially since the tournament started and his participation in that, I think that's where he's started putting, I think, a bit more into Conchu's character work, and I think that's where he's now found, the promos scoring a lot higher than they were before. Not that they weren't scoring highly before, but I think working on that side of it as well as hitting the creativity still, I think that's why Conchu has been consistently one of the top scorers on Fallout since we've started.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked it. I really liked the ending to it. It was the ending to the promo which gave me the idea to do the live performance where Conchu just kind of starts feeling reluctantly accepted by the support.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice tie-in, and Cyrus was more than happy for me to do that. Parr, I really liked the promo as well. Like you said, it was great to have the callback to when they teamed up. Obviously, things didn't work out there, and I think it was good that Parr used it to his advantage as well. It was a close one as well. Just looking at the grades, I think both you and I had them within a couple of points of each other. So again, it wasn't a runaway victory for Conchu by any stretch. But I think Parr's set up well for Lights Out. I'm yet to read the promo. His and Summers are the last two I need to read for my grading. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting into those. Should be a good match, and obviously then that segues into what happened after the match.
Yeah, John, anything to add specifically in relation to the post match with Sean Summers?
And beating the hell out of Mike Parr. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's gonna be the end of Mike Parr and Sean Summers at Lights Out, but I think after these past few shows, Mike Parr definitely needs to win a bit more than Sean Summers.
Yeah.
But I'm also excited to see Dark Sean Summers come out fully, hopefully, at the pay-per-view. I still have to read this promo when he comes out there.
Yeah. And then staying with you, John, for this Uncle segment, hyping up both the second installment of the Elite Tag Team Classic and, of course, the Gunfight Battle Royale, both of which will feature strong nephew representation, taking place towards the end of the year, of course. All the information here. And then we are on to Sauceman against Josh Drake. Yeah, I don't really think much needs to be said about this. Josh Drake, obviously, he soared, but a little too close to the sun. And now he is,
Crashed back down to earth in Papua New Guinea.
unfortunately, yeah.
Mm.
But there you go.
Yeah, he's still in
Maybe-
the battle. He's still in the Lights Out Battle Royal. Though.
Maybe one day he'll come back to us. There you are. And then we get Sauceman agreeing to bring the sauce in Tokyo, ridiculously. And then the announcements for the forthcoming shows, more on which later. So we'll just go over this, I guess, now. Talk about it as part of the Fallout Clears. And then this monstrous main event written by TGO up until the finish. And then I took over for the post-match. Odd situation, obviously, with two, kind of, sort of two no-shows, I guess. Obviously, Sean got something off, but not really to the standard that we've seen from either of them throughout the tournament. I think this draw was a fair result. We even said last week, that we wouldn't give it the 30-minute time limit, the first one, to a double no-show or something like that. But I think it was the right thing to do here. Set up the triple threat at Fallout 007. Very good match right up by TGO. Getting lots of different people out to the ring and involved. John, thoughts on this? I don't think you have a character in the melee.
No, I'm never in the big storylines. Never.
No, of course, you're more like a cult classic, not bestseller.
Yeah, that's what I am.
Yeah.
We
I thought
main evented one of the shows.
Yeah, sure we did. We did main event. So I thought the match for the booking for this match was pretty great considering the situation. Probably as good as it could have gone. Getting everyone involved it felt like peak WWE drama, but in a good way. Going the whole 30 minutes as well as the first draw of the tournament. I was hoping for the longest match on this card, but this beat me to it. I think going with the triple threat is the right decision in the end. Raymond and Toner obviously had great grades going into it. Just bad luck that it turned out that way. But this is the best way it could have gone, really.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think we obviously discussed this at length last a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was. Just deciding what the best thing to do would have been. I think this was probably the fair thing to do, given everything that was going on at the time. Both Toner and Ramon had earned a title shot from their existing performances anyway, so I don't think there was anyone that had any problem with us going with this route. And I think the plan was anyway, for whoever lost this was going to end up with a shot anyway. On 008, I think we said. So it's not like anything changed too much. It's a triple threat now, which I think makes things a bit more interesting. And then obviously the post match with everyone getting involved, tying in a lot of other things, the tag titles and the stuff with the Peacock and the Toners as well. I think was a good move. And John said it was classic WWE, but I think it works. So it's not like it's something we do all the time. So I liked it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we follow with the Fallout Clears, where a lot of this stuff is cleared up. The announcement of the triple threat and the Fallout 6 match changed to the three-way tag as well. Watkins, we've already discussed, facing Aleister Black for his shot at the X Division Championship. And then we have I think the Khonshu Hao one is next. Yeah. So Khonshu Hao and Sean Summers, and maybe also Mike Parr on 006. So the world champion will be very, very busy between Lights Out and Mile High Massacre. Sorry, just Mile High, but the Mile High Massacre match. And then Cybernetico, which is very exciting. What are your thoughts on that upcoming match, John?
Well, everybody wanted the Cybernetico, so I'm happy to see it. Can't wait to draft my dream team. I think some of the odds suggested a D&D promo. I think hopefully whoever's on my team agrees to do a big collab promo, if they're listening. And then make my way to Mile High with the title on the line.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge match with pretty much everybody on the roster taking part in it, and it will obviously decide the matches for next week and the entrance to Mile High as well. There's some thoughts about whether we should do the top 7 promos going through, or the winning team qualifying for those Fallout 009 matches, but I think this makes it a little bit different and unique, having it as kind of a team thing to get through the first stage of qualification. And then the X title being put on the line at Lights Out now. Fortunately, we have a fighting champion at long last with the X Championship, first one since Gerald Grayson many months ago. And it will be Knox against Savage for the belt in that parking lot brawl. Yeah, so the second chapter beginning to take shape as well. Lots of announced matches. Yeah, Man named one of these 4 events. I think you could probably guess which one Man named. Very Man name that is, isn't it? Danger Down. Obviously, Man.
Well, you were very original with number 8, I see.
Mate, that's a great name. That's a sick name for a show. Yeah. And that's Fallout 005. Yeah, I thought this was a good show. I thought this was our best show so far.
No, I think Fallout 002 was the best show.
Oh, really?
The second best show, maybe.
It had the best match, 002, but I think as a show, this one, I think is probably the one that feels kind of like the most well-rounded out of all the ones we've done so far. I think it's the first one where the tournament didn't dictate the booking so much. We were able to do matches outside of the tournament. Obviously, there were 9 matches, I think, altogether.
Yeah.
So they're not always going to have that many, but I do like the whole, the last one before a pay-per-view, doing quite a bit of a super card, if we want to call it that. So yeah, I think it was good. The show went well for me. I had a lot of fun writing my bits for it.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to do some quick predictions for Lights Out?
I mean, I've graded most of these, so I'm not sure I can say.
Okay, so let's do what you would have predicted before you'd have read them or something.
All right, okay. So yeah, so looking at the opener, I think going in, obviously this is not confirming or denying anything, what way I've gone, but going in, I would have fancied Golden Rock for this one.
I think the Gangstars are going to bring it home. John?
I would also go Golden Rock. I haven't read any of the.
I haven't read either of these promos yet. Well, I just started the Gangstars, actually. It's quite interesting setup. I really liked the Michael Garcia promo this week. I thought it was it had a really unique voice. It was singular in approach, like nothing I've ever seen before. I had quite a lot of problems with quite a lot of the promos, actually. Like the El Demente promo was more than 1,000 words. Nate Savage promo I thought was really close to an episode of like a TV show. I thought, the Golden Rock promo, I'm not sure really that much presentation is necessary. To be honest, I thought all the promos should have been disqualified this week, except for my own and Michael Garcia's. I couldn't really see anything wrong with that one. So yeah, I'm going to go Garcia in the second match. Strong victory.
I'm thinking Maskell might just edge it. Looking at the 2 promos, I mean, I think you say Garcia doesn't remind you of anything you've ever seen before, but I was reading an old one from about 7 years ago, and it kind of invoked the energy from that promo. So I like that. So I think it'll be close, but I think Maskell might just edge it. Got a little feeling.
I disagree. Knox against Savage. I think Knox is going to continue his momentum. And well, I thought this before I've graded them. Yeah, John.
I would predict Caden Knox if he brings what he brought to me.
Yeah,
I would predict Caden Knox.
Man.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too. I think Knox, if he can carry on the momentum he's built in his last couple, definitely.
Yeah, right. I think Reagan and Bedlam are going to win because fuck old Jay. That's why I think Reagan and Bedlam are going to win. Man.
It's a tough one. I mean, I'm going to go with Reagan and Bedlam, but I mean, that also involves backing Gip. So
yeah, but I mean,
it's a tricky one.
At least you got Tommy on that side, you know.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm going that way. No, I think it'll be a close run one. These two I actually haven't read them yet, and so I'm expecting them to be close. And I'm expecting Reagan to be close.
Mm-hmm.
Just going in blind on them, but I know RJ pretty excited about his concept, but I think from what he's saying in the Discord, I don't think he gave himself enough time from the sounds of things.
Yeah.
And Gipper, I think, seemed to get over his communication problems because they did get a promo out.
Yeah, I haven't read
But
this one.
I'm looking forward to checking them out because I think these four can kind of be, quite good in the meltdown mid card. They can kind of hold that section of the card.
Well, I mean, OJ's saying he deserves a title shot, so maybe he doesn't think he belongs in the mid card. I think he's gonna hold up to that promise and get a win.
Okay.
We'll see.
Then El Demente is going to romp home to his third win, despite the fact that he's cheat and did 1,001 words.
Got about to fall that guy, haven't we?
Of course, John.
No, I think the meltdown guy wins it.
It's interesting how your loyalties have changed so drastically. 6-man tag team action. I would have thought that Peacock et al. Would have won just based on perceived apathy in the TXR XQ camp, but I really liked both sets of promos. I think it's really, really close, this one, actually. I might as well say I won't say I've got edge in it, but yeah, I've got one team edge in it, obviously.
No.
What do you mean I can't say that? Why not? I'm one of like 5 judges or some shit.
You don't want to dent Tig's confidence already. Just
God.
let him wait until the result comes out.
If Tig had a no-showed, I'd have still probably had him edging this. There you go. Truth versus Fantasy versus Black. Truth retains, obviously.
Yeah, I believe in Truth.
Yeah.
I can say this now he's left. Fuck franchise. So no, I think Truth as well.
Mike Parvey, Sean Summers. This is a tough one. I'm going to say Mike Parr gets the big win. The big win he's needed for a couple of months now, and goes over here, gets himself added to that number 1 contender match. Man.
Yeah, if I'm fantasy booking it, Parr wins after everything that's happened. He gets a bit of revenge on Summers. However, on the flip side, I think, as John touched on earlier, I would like to see this carry on. So, and I think, again, looking at it from a fantasy booking side, Summers winning means it does carry on.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. This is one I can't call, actually.
John?
I think Sean Summers spoils the party. I think Mike Parr is supposed to win, but that's why Sean Summers' victory feels better.
Okay. Then we have the over-the-top battle royale here. I'm going to go with Harry, the same wizard, picking up the victory in the 9th match of the evening. John?
Chris Crow. I think he showed up on the road here. He's 3-0. He goes on to be 4-0. and gets to face anyone he wants.
That'd be nice. That'd be
Mm.
nice. Man.
Yeah. I think on paper, I think there are two probable winners, and that's Chris Crow or Quiet. But obviously, Ratty McKitchen is going to win. So
Mm.
it is what it is. Ratty McKitchen, Josh Drake, last two.
That would be something. And then the main event, the reason we're all here,
Kennedy.
Michelle von Horowitz versus Chris Kennedy. I'm going to go with Michelle von Horowitz to triumph over her adversary. It's been a really fun program, this. I haven't managed to read Kennedy's promo yet, obviously, because of grading, but looks like he really brought it. So hopefully this is a good match. Yeah. John?
I've got Chris Kennedy. He doesn't talk shit about Meltdown. I'm gonna have that Blanca wins it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't comment because I've graded already. I mean, going into it, I would have found it hard to call. I'd have probably gone MVH. But I mean, I've graded it, and I mean, I can say I won't say which way, but they're split by 0.2 in my grades. So that kind of says how good they both were when you put them next to each other.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good one. And then obviously we have Fallout 006 just on the horizon after Lights Out. And then on with the second chapter of Fallout shows. So yeah, hopefully, John, you'll still join us as our regular panelist, even though you're a turncoat Meltdown scumbag.
Our Meltdown World Champion will be on the tour, so I'll have to be here.
That is true, actually. Yes,
until 007, where we take the title.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, I don't really think that's going to happen either, man. But we'll see.
I mean, we're taking it at Lights Out really when Nova cashes in. So.
Oh God.
Yeah, I did hear Nova was cashing in this week. Actually, yeah, I heard that was happened. That's what he told me. Nova was cashing in. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. But thank you for listening to the Fallout review pod, and we'll see you